Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Hiya. We were going to be carrying on with what we were doing, but something more important came in, and I absolutely know that you'll all be glad that I'm sharing some of this stuff with you, because I think for some it will answer lots of questions. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into this and share my screen. And I think. I think you can see leader call. Lovely. Right. This happened yesterday evening, and I'm going to go through some I'm going to skip very quickly because it's not relevant, but some things are really important. And the first one is this. This is a really important slide. Okay. Why is it important? Well, because some people have got quite a lot of people in their business, but the reality is how many are actually active. Now, I don't know if you know that why I said what I did earlier. The word active actually means that you have either signed up a customer, supported a partner, or recruited a partner within 6 months. And if none of those things have happened, you are actually counted as not active. I'm afraid attending something like Power Up isn't counted as being active. Yes, you go there because you want to be inspired and you want to know all the latest things, but this is what active means. Now, the good news is it shot up, and 5,116 partners were active in the month of June. Now, some of you may not know this. There may be 75 odd thousand partners, but many are not doing anything at all. Nothing. Or if they do, they might do something like 2 customers a year. That's not counted as active. Okay. But what we're saying is the numbers have grown, which is good. And it was a record month. 5,666 new partners were recruited. Wow, that's huge. And I'm going to show you how huge that is. Let's look at the monthly active first of all. What you've got there, I don't know if you can see, but that's January 25. Okay. And there is December 25. Now this is June. Have a look at June last year. Look at that. That was how many partners were active in June last year. Look at this. So 3,021, and this year 5,148. Look what's happened this year, though. Look at that trajectory. Isn't that incredible? And that is more and more are doing. And I think it's because of the economic climate. I saw this back in 2008, exactly the same. Some people just gave up the ghost because it was hard. But there were some of us that said, whatever, we're going to continue. And as you can see, it is certainly worthwhile. Now, let's show you this. This is astonishing. I'm just so gobsmacked. Look at this. This is the recruitment. So if you take a look here, this is January 24. Okay, so let's have a look at June in 24. 2,534 partners were recruited. Let's have a look at June in 25. In fact, less, 2,237. And now take a look at this. June 26, 5,665 partners recruited. That is double. That is astonishing. So give yourself a round of applause if you're one of those that's contributed to that. I didn't do as many as I would normally do. I did 2 in June, but it's your business is basically pretty stagnant if there's nothing happening. If you are not growing your team, you haven't got a business. What you've got is you're as good as self-employed, working for yourself, just here and there gathering the odd customer. So the key to all of this is a lot of people doing a little creates a lot. Okay, so let's move on. Historically, look at June recruitment. So here we are, what you can see here. We've got, here's the beginning when it started, 1998. 336 partners in that June. and look what happened. In fact, look, the year I joined, 2002, even less. So Rob did well getting me, didn't they? And if you take a look at all of these Junes, it's absolutely incredible. So it's phenomenal. It's absolute proof it can be done. It's a little bit like the old Roger Bannister and the 4-minute mile. If you have disbelief that, it can't work for me, I'm sorry, there are no excuses. Yes, it can. You are just not talking to enough people. You are not getting yourself out to enough people. Now, on that score, there's a lady called Jo Harkup. Now, I don't personally know her. I know of her. She's in I think she's in the northwest of England, but she became the newest national group leader. And we had Dan Holmes, didn't we, just before Christmas? And now we've got another one. And that's only happening because there's growth, because there's more and more people coming in, more and more doing, which creates more team leaders, more senior team leaders, more group leaders, SGLs, and so forth. Absolutely brilliant. So let's talk about customer service. What's going on? Now, I know without a shadow of a doubt that without fail, sorry, I've got somebody trying to bloom and come in, isn't it typical? Without fail, there's been customer service issues. Anybody else found them? Because I have lots of them. But I don't let them become excuses, okay? I do not let them become excuses. So there have been significant issues over the winter in regards to energy, okay? And if you're wondering what mainly PPM means, it means point-to-point management, the protocol that's used in regarding how it's delivered. All right, so there's been some issues. There's also been issues with broadband. It's been very difficult. It bottomed out in June, but it's now improving. So if some of you have had a few problems, I can tell you I'm with you. But what I can say in a minute, I will show you that there's some really good stuff going on. They are fully aware of the issues. Some were within their control, while others were challenging. And some of them were event driven, such as broadband outages. Can I just say to you, that's not the company's fault. That is something that happens outside of their control entirely. All right. PPM outages in regards to broadband, well, that is many, many significant factors. Okay. Openreach run the network that we're on. I'm afraid that's an Openreach thing. Love it or hate it, whatever we think about it all, Iran conflict created significant anxiety in the energy market. It really did. Yeah. So what are they doing about it? Well, look, guys, the preparation started 6 weeks ago. So they are streamlining processes. They are speeding up response times. They're stopping customers from being passed around the organisation. I have had some of those. I have absolutely had some of them. I can't say this word. Digitization program will give customers more options. So, broadband service status. Guys, I've seen this happening already. Because I'm doing the do, I can actually say it is brilliant. You do a customer, okay? You do the online form, and as soon as you've done your one-touch switch, what comes up is an offer of an appointment. Now, they can change it there and then, but I can say to you, this is brilliant. They actually know immediately, you know immediately, when their broadband is going to happen. That is fantastic. Now, there'll always be the odd one that will slip through the net because of various things outside of people's control to do with Openreach. But I've actually seen that happening on about 10 so far myself. All right. Budget plan. Okay. Giving people the options of how they want to do their energy. All right. Now you'll say, well, they've already got that. I'm afraid there's an awful lot of people don't understand budget plan. I'm going to stop the share because it'd be interesting to see some of your faces on this. Budget plan is where you take 12 months of energy. If you said this was January and this was December, and here is like the summer months in the middle, by and large, budget plan kind of is like that. You take the whole units, you apply the cost, the unit cost, you apply the standing order, you apply all the prices. What that annual cost is, you then divide it equally by 12 months. And that means you pay, with budget plan, the same amount every month. Now, where does it go wrong? Where customers don't understand this because maybe you've not explained it. They are meant to accrue a credit through the summer months. Now, July, August, September, October, they're meant to have a credit that's growing. If you get any of your customers saying, oh, well, they've got my money. Yes, they're meant to have it ready for the winter months when they're going to use it. If you don't bother to explain that, that's why you get naive, disgruntled customers. Does that make sense? There's meant to be a big credit there ready for the winter months. Okay. That's, if they start pulling all their money out, that's credit. It's not the company saying we want to make money out of this. That's there ready for them to use. So hopefully that all makes some sense. Right, let's go back. Okay, so billing insights. There's going to be more information for them to understand their billing, all right? Because a lot of people, even though our bills I know are simple, shall I tell you the biggest thing that you can do for customers is say to them, when your bill comes through, don't just look at the first page, take a look at the other pages that give you all the detail. Because if I had £1 for every customer that says they're confused and they've not even looked at what happens on the broadband, well, of course they're going to be confused. Okay. Switching tariffs. Okay. What does this mean? Oh, this is what we've been wanting, ladies and gentlemen. It means they'll be able to go onto their UW Clubhouse app, and when their tariff, their fixed rate comes out, they will be able to order it themselves without having to ring through. It's going to free up masses of customer service time because, in my opinion, that definitely is a waste of time. Many companies now, people can order it themselves, can't they? And they're going to be able to as well. At the moment, there's a brand new modern platform. It started, right? They aim to finish it by the end of this year. And what they're doing is they're moving over. They've done about 330,000 accounts already. They're moving it over to this new platform. It's going to transform the speed and confidence of answers so agents can respond more confidently. Okay. What and more about customer service? Copilot is now in place. Listen, I've got that coming up on my phone, Copilot. I confess I haven't made use of it. I haven't. They're going to use it to speed up email. And it says we've reduced the wait from 5 days to 24 hours. So if somebody writes an email, it can be responded quicker. And they're trialing AI agents in voice. So instantly answering calls to take simple requests. Okay. So what else? This is good news, guys. Rejoining just got easier. Now you're probably thinking, what does this mean? Well, it says we're halving the waiting period for former partners to rejoin. Believe it or not, there are quite a lot of partners who have been partners and they actually want to start again because they realise what they've been missing out on. Okay. Now, once upon a time, it used to be 6 months for what we call a returning partner with no activity before leaving. Okay. And it used to be 12 months for partners who did have activity before leaving. They are halving this down. So 6 is down to 3 and 12 is down to 6. Now, some of you might say, do that many really do? Yes, they do. I've got some. I've got some people. Okay. And yes, they do. So what does this mean for you? Well, it's more opportunities to recruit, additional income, more group residual income, supporting, mentoring income, and a second chance for partners who might not have got off to a good start. Okay. So that's really good news. Now, beat the future cap hikes with our fixed tariffs. Okay, guys, there is a tracker. There is a variable, but take a look at these prices. Now, this is the predictions. All right. October, a slight rise. January, they're talking about may go down. But do you remember last year they were on about it may go down and it didn't, did it? It went up. And then we're talking about April, and that is a go up. You can be sure that that will be a go up. But take a look at our fixed price. This is what you should be looking at. If you look at the UW fixed 89 with 2 services, look where it comes in. And then look at the UW fixed 89 with 3 services. Look at that. Is it worth fixing? Yes. And can I just say to you, that's with 3 services, but don't forget, you know, if they take 4 services, there's up to £150 of money that's given to them. That's like another £150. So please, 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 you know, I actually am saying to everyone, I personally would fix certainty, absolute certainty. Yeah. Right. So they've come up with some online, what do they call these? I don't know. These things that you can put on your Facebook, your Instagram and all of that. July price cap is now live. So look, it says here, out of office on, plants watered. This is a holiday checklist. Panic about airport liquids. Did you fix the energy bill? They've got it in different formats. You can have it on your mobile phone. If that's your kind of thing, great. Yeah, you can put that out there on your feeds. Right, some little reminders here. Summer breakdown. Did you know that 7 in 10 parents say the school holidays are the most stressful time of the year? Do you know, it always fascinates me, this. People want children, and when they have them, and they have them for any period of time, it's nothing but hard work for them. Why is it hard work? Because how many parents can have 6 weeks off? They can't, can they? Not unless they've built a wonderful residual income that keeps paying them. So a little recap. Don't let your customers miss out on extra savings. Average annual savings per cashback card holder, 438. They've got the bonus of the 150 that goes in there. And remember that the first 3 months, they don't pay that £3. It's free. And in fact, to post it out, it's free. It used to be a £5. Up to 10% back with over 50 retailers and 1% everywhere else. And homeowners remain the most valuable customers for your business. Guys, I personally do not want to touch tenants, not because I'm tenantist, but because you usually end up doing even more work than you do for a homeowner. And then they go and move in 6 months or 12 months. You get no customer bonus. You don't get higher activity bonus. You don't get achiever points. Nothing towards a mini. In fact, even your residual income for the first 2 years is 50% of what it is with a homeowner, and thereafter it's only 75%. Do not focus on tenants. Please, please focus on your target market that's going to make your business profitable. Okay, a little bit about connectors. Okay, so some shout outs. These people were the highest number of partners that gathering via connectors in their team. So what we've got here is in the SGLs, Amanda G, Pip and Caroline Taylor and Samantha Earnshaw, they gathered more connectors, okay? And in the group leaders, Kaylee Taylor, Lindsay McCall and Neil Whitelaw, they gathered more connector positions, okay? In fact, I'm about to gather another connector, hopefully this evening. Right, a connector shout out. Top connector home owner gatherers. What does that mean? So when you've got a connector, remember that connector only receives up to half of the customer bonus on homeowners. It really is no point in them referring tenants. So think about who's going to be a good connector to refer homeowners to you. And it's interesting, actually, of my connectors, not the charities, the one that's doing the most is my builder that did my extension. Because as he says, happy days. You know what? Up to £150 for giving me a name and a number. Like, that's amazing, isn't it? So these people here, they're all the top connectors, all right? Got lots of homeowner gatherers. Okay, so here's some numbers. June was another strong month with more referrals, more customers, and strong engagement across our new connectors, tools, and resources. 4,000, over 4,000 connector hub views. Have you been on yourself and had a look at the new connector hub? If you haven't, write that down now and make it your business to do so. Partners and connectors explored the new hub for tools, guides, and resources. 257% partner portal views. Increase in views of the connectors portal most compared with May, the post compared with May. And 17,300 leaflets have been ordered by partners to help them with more conversations. Okay. Connectors, I've got to say, when you get a connector referral, it tends to be a good one. And I've not had a single connector referral actually where I have signed up under 3 services. In fact, most of them have been 4 services, homeowners. All right, so they're really good. Right, wild cards. I'm not going to talk about that because that doesn't apply to, you have to be a senior group leader. Right, on-demand events. Right, I sent out, I think it was last week, the Launch Your Business training, which is the very first one that used to be an hour with 2 trainers. The problem was people had to wait for it, and people are joining all the time. And for them to often have to wait a week or so was not good. So they've come up with what they call a webinar that's on demand. So Launch Your Business is available and it's running. Have you looked at it? Have you watched it? It's Billy Brass and Kerry Ailing. Actually, it's really good. It's very, very good. Just 35 minutes. And it does cover all the salient points. Also on there is Work Smarter with the Tools. Now, those of you that attended Power Up and you were there on the Sunday as well, we actually saw this live. All right, so it's there. Coming on the way, gather customers through better conversations, okay, and build and support stronger teams. So there's more coming on board. And if you take a look, there you are. If you go on your partner portal, all right. In fact, you can type into the search on demand events, but what I will say to you, it's actually within it's within your learning. All right, it's there. Right. Improvements to commission, daily commission feeds plus goal setting and tracking. What's all this about? So they're saying they want to stop the guesswork. So partners are currently guessing their up and coming commission. So they're introducing your daily commission feed. At 7:30 a.m. each day, all activity for the current month is pulled in to show exactly what you're earning next commission cycle. Confidence, visibility, transparency down to the state of the individual services. Bonus feature, you'll even see supported sign-ups too. Wow, excellent. And it's giving you an example of what it looks like. I think that's a real bonus. So your next customer could be worth, right, we want to support your goal attainment to help you grow your business. You're in a performance-driven environment which thrives on hitting goals. So the fast start bonus is usually the first conversation with an upline. To support this focus, we'll also add commission goal settings. So you can with a new partner, you could do it yourself. You can say, right, next month, I want to earn £1,000. And it's going to show you the breakdown, as you can see there, how you do it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And what about capturing your why and providing actionable steps? Guys, if you're not doing, I would say that you're a ship without a rudder. If you're not doing, it's because you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. That's as simple as that. If your why, it's a real old adage, but if your why is not strong enough, you won't find reasons, okay? So a little bit of recognition now. So here we are, people that are doing things. So somebody called Natasha Jenkins got into the 200 plus club, and Kim Guire moved, excuse me, into the 500 plus club. Group leaders, this is good to know, because in order for this to happen, you've got to understand there's got to be new partners get into QD, partners growing to QD star, partners get into TL, partners get into STL. None of this happens. This does not happen without what's going on at the bottom. Everything is about recruitment. So here we are. We've got some people here. You can see the names. I think we all recognise Sarah Cook. She's on one of the UW stories. And there's a new senior group leader. Her name's Donna Gowen. By the way, Donna, single parent, 2 children, doing everything and working full time. Please don't tell me you haven't got the time to do this, because honestly, it's interesting how the very busy people are the ones that are doing it. And there's a new senior group leader, 2-star. This is my level, Emma Sullivan. How's that happened? Because Donna Gowen went SGL and she already had another one. So again, it's all down to what's going on at the beginning. All right. Head office days. I'm going to stop the share because I want to see you. Hang on. Who's been on a head office day? Who's been on one in the last year? Anybody been one? No? Maybe that's one I ought to organise. Get some people together. Would you like to have a head office day? Yeah? We'll talk about it. Yeah, definitely talk about it. Okay, let's go back. They're very good. They really are motivational. By the way, this isn't Steve. This is not Steve doing his Steve at HQ days. This is that your upline can all. I've done one of them, and I had I think about 100 people came along. You have to get yourselves there, obviously, but it's a great day. You meet directors, you meet staff, you see the departments, lots of great speakers, very motivational, and your £5 goes towards the charity, and you even get lunch and drink thrown in. Brilliant. Right, guys, if you haven't booked your Amplified ticket, you must do so. 80% ahead of time this time last year. 4,000 tickets have already sold. There is less than 2,000 left. Now, you might go, oh, that's a lot. No, it's not. It's going. And you've got to remember that the Christmas incentive is only available to Amplify attendees. So here's the thing. If you've booked, have you spoken to the people in your team that haven't booked? Have you rung people that haven't done something for a while? Important. Do so. Give them a call. Do not send them a text. Do not send them a message. Give them a call. And here's something that you need to know. Not that one, this one. Write it in your diary now. There it is. Power Up 2027 is Saturday the 17th and Sunday the 18th of April. And tickets will go on sale at Amplify. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to stop the share. You can unmute yourselves if you've got a question that's relevant to what I've shown. I cannot emphasize enough. Do you remember Go-Go? All right. Now, there's a few of us. Yeah. Lindsay's a Go-Go. All right. It only happened. You could only be a Go-Go, get a double customer if you were at Power Up. Okay. And if you were at Power Up, they then gave us a window afterwards to the end of April to get another couple. And if we did so, then every single customer that we're gathering right now, right through to Amplify, we're going to get another one. So last month I did 5, so I'm going to get another 5. How amazing is that? If you're not in our team, you wouldn't know, but Shelley Barker did 12 homeowner customers last month. She supported on, I don't know how many, I've forgotten, and she helped 2 QD stars in 1 month. In fact, she's done 3/4 of Jamaica already because of that 1 month.
Gosh.
It just shows what's possible if you really want it. And I'm going to share the last thing with you. She's currently on holiday in Santorini with her husband's partner Stuart and her son Sonny. But this morning I woke up and there's a customer on from Shelley, and I'm thinking, what's she doing? Why isn't she relaxing? Well, we've spoken. And what she said was, this particular customer, homeowner, all the services, she's been talking to her for months. And it just transpired that this was the right moment for the lady. And she said, for me, she said it was okay because my partner Stuart and Sonny were in the swimming pool. I went into the cool air-conditioned department. She said I did it all on my phone remotely. She said everything was already in place. It took less than 20 minutes and the lady was happy as Larry. She's got the services, and Shelley earned another 250 quid. And she said, I thought to myself, that's a nice £250. But hear this. She's got a passive income that means when she's on holiday, she's still earning. When you've got this, like Roz has got it, I know Lindsay's got it. Rod, I think you're over 50, aren't you? Yeah. When you're over 50, you keep getting this reoccurring income. So if I said, bye-bye, folks, I'm going to Spain now for the next year, everything that I've got still keeps being paid to me. There is nothing out there that I know can do this. It is absolutely incredible, isn't it? So it's, you know what? Why settle? Keep going. Do some more, because you never know when your well might become thirsty. Things can happen in life when you least expect them. And that is why you keep offering this to other people. Offer it to everyone. If they say no, they say no. I've had someone say no today. Fine. At least I did my job, didn't I? Yeah, you can't do more than that. Guys, see you next week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've managed to record this, so I've been a good girl. Yeah.
Did you see my message about former partners? If they rejoin, do you have to support them?
Um, yes, you would want to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You would not, you wouldn't do anything other than because they're rejoining.
Oh,
They're starting afresh, just
okay.
like they're brand new.
Yeah.
Good
Thank
question
you.
though. Bye, folks. See you next week.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.